Hello again and welcome to the Power User Training video series, and in this video we're going to go over how to set up dialer workflows. Now dialer workflows are really powerful because they're going to allow you to do automations on a different scale. So you will have flexibility to decide if you want to do an automation by either call attempts or call dispositions and the number of call attempts or call dispositions. So we're going to get into that in just a second. But before you go into this, you do want to make sure that you have already set up some groups and some tags, as well as set up some additional templates. So in this particular example, I have an additional 5 text templates that I'm going to be setting up for leads that are not able to contact more than one time. So we're going to go ahead and go into the outbound dialer settings area here, and I've already got a campaign set up. So we're going to go ahead and use this campaign to set up our workflows. So we're going to go here into workflows. Now, when you get into workflows, you'll see there's a couple of buttons here. One is for duplicating a workflow. Once you've set up workflows, you do have the ability to duplicate them and use them inside of other campaigns. Now, also, you can also create a new workflow. So that's what we're going to do here in this video. So once you've clicked on that first button, you'll be able to select the workflow trigger that you would like to use. And so there's 2 different types. Call attempts is based off of the number of calls. So if you made 1 call, then that would be call attempt number 1. And then over here on the right hand side, you have the ability to fire an action. So maybe you just want to fire an action on that first call to add a tag that says call 1, so you can tell your other system that you made a phone call on that lead. That is a really handy workflow setup that you can use there. So now we've just set up that first workflow, very basic, just saying if I made a call attempt, add this call tag. Now you'll also notice here total enrolled shows up, and that shows you the total number of leads that have passed through that workflow. And if you click on that, this will open up in a different window and it'll show you all of the leads that have gone through that workflow, and that's a really handy feature. Now, let's go ahead and create another workflow. This time, we're going to set up a workflow for call status. Now, call status works in a little bit different way. This is whenever a disposition has been hit on the power dialer. So if you hit the disposition, let's say of, I don't know, let's pick one here. Let's do left message. Okay, left message is somebody I would consider a no contact approach or status. And so in this case, I might want to, after the first attempt, go ahead and send them a text message. Now, you'll notice here there's this other drop to that says when to. Now, when to gives you some extra flexibility when it comes to how this is going to behave. So if you select any time, then any time that this status is hit, then it is going to, or it hits 1, then it's going to fire. But if you say consecutive, then this status needs to have happened consecutively, one after another, before this action would fire. So what do I mean by that? I'm saying if, for example, you wanted to move a lead out of the campaign after they've had, say, 10 left messages consecutively, that would be a really good idea. You could set this kind of a workflow up and then add it to the unresponsive lead group, and then maybe remove it from the leads group. So this is when you might want to use the consecutive status, or a very useful way of using this consecutive status. Okay, but in this particular workflow, we're going to go ahead and set up for 1, and we're going to select the text message template, and we're just going to say no answer. So in this case, on that first left message, we are going to send this particular text message, and I'm going to go ahead and add the tag call 1. So I've set up a workflow here that is going to allow me to track two things at once. I can see that I've left a message and also that I have added this tag for call 1. Now, you might note that might not be the best way to do this because this may not be the first call that I've made. So using the call disposition status, or sorry, using the call attempt status might be a better way of tracking if you're trying to track, say, the call attempt. So maybe you want to have both of these statuses or these workflows happening at the same time. Now you have that. So on the first call attempt, it's going to do this, and on the first status attempt, it's going to do this and send out that text message. So we're going to go ahead and continue through with this. Let's go ahead and create a few more here. Okay, there. So we went ahead and set up some additional workflows. So as you can see here, we have a left message call attempt 1. There is a no answer template that's going out for text. And then we have a call attempt 1 add tag call 1. And then we did a no interest automation setup where after... Oops, sorry, that's actually not supposed to be not interested. That's supposed to be left message. There we go. So we have a left message on the second call attempt, and the second template sends out. And we did the same thing for the third and the fourth. And then on call attempt number 5, I added a call tag or call 5 tag. So that way I can track now that we've hit our 5th call. And then I set up a text message as well to go out for that 5th no answer. And then the same thing for the 6th. And then also I set up a not interested workflow. So if the lead said they were not interested and, I reached them and they said they were not interested, I can remove them. I can add them into the group not interested, remove them from the leads group. And you know what? I just thought about this. I might also want to add the tag not interested if that's available. Nope, it's not available. So if you had a tag for that, maybe down the line you might want to search for those if they get moved out of that group inadvertently, so you could track any lead that's ever said they weren't interested and then ended up converting into an interested. But there's a lot of ways that you can use these workflows. Now, these are the advanced workflows. They're actually pretty simple to use. But you do also have other automations that are found inside of, by the way, before you leave here, you do want to make sure you save. So I'm going to select the save button. But in addition to that, you have other workflow automations or automations, that can be triggered through the global call statuses. There's just not as much flexibility. So preferably you might want to, I personally want to use them inside of the campaign level rather than setting up automations inside of the global call statuses, because here you can really get down and set up specific messages that go out certainly or specifically for that campaign, and you could decide the way that you want things to behave based on that campaign level. So that concludes the Dialer Workflows video. I hope this video was useful, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.